Today I'm trying to be excited about the fact that I'm going to be hand washing my car for the first time since 2018. The car wash prices keep going up. Springtime pollen will not let up. In an effort to save that couple of bucks, I need to do this. So the first thing I need to do is, of course, buy soap. I'm also going to buy shoes that resemble Crocs or something. I just need them to be plastic. I don't want to be wearing canvasy shoes to doing all that. Also, before I did all that, I went to Chick-fil-A, and you guys know me. I order ahead. I use the app, whatever. For some reason, people don't have an understanding of how the Chick-fil-A drive-thru works with the dual lanes. People just love to be on just one lane. So when I pulled in the right lane, nobody from the left lane was moving to it. So I said, well, if you motherfuckers are not moving, in the same manner you want to run red lights and be stopped when the light is green, and when the light turns green, you're still not moving, and when the light is red, that's when you actually want to move. I thought, since nobody was moving, I went ahead and made my move. So I continue on the right lane, which there's like 3 or 4 cars ahead of me, and then the guy comes over to me and I check in, and then it's all ready, and then there's a lady in a blue car who for some reason exited that drive-thru and then tried to pull in front of me, and I think my windows were up, but I think I heard her say something along the lines of skipping the line, and I'm like, of course I'm going to ignore it, but I'm like, you're the one creating a hazard now. And on top of that, I could have just as easily chosen to pick up in store, and you motherfuckers would still be out here. And on top of that, when I was checked in, I was still at the curb, meaning like right next to where the speakers were originally when you would go through the drive-thru. And there was already a guy marching toward me with my order. So whether or not I go to the back of the line and stay jammed, I think it's more efficient if I get out of the way, because my order is going to be ready when I check in, because I'm quick and simple and I actually know how to plan and anticipate, that I don't see how I need to be condemned to be trapped in the drive-thru. You guys know that drive-thrus have curbs. You cannot really exit out of them. So when I grabbed my order, all of you had checked in before I had checked in. So what is the problem? Like, after the guy helped me, he helped her. And again, she was still stuck in the left lane for some reason. If you had regret over spending so much time on the left lane and you decided to be gutsy as I was pulling in, that is not my problem. All I know is I'm ready, I'm quick, and I know how to be out of there so fast that it minimally inconvenienced you. And like I said, I was out before 4 of the cars who checked in before me. What does that tell you? I'm not the problem here. Yes, I performed that maneuver because I thought it was dumb that y'all were not moving onto the right lane. It was very visibly, clearly open, and you're just mad because I was smart and I'm astute and I have a car that's easy to operate, and therefore I can perform that maneuver. So no, stop trying to plow your nose into my drive-thru because you're offended that I have good driving skills. No. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that when I was pulling in to the street prior to me turning into the driveway of the restaurant to merge into the lane, there had been this giant ass van who had done the same thing that I did. She happened to have enough space to do it at that particular instance. Everybody ever who goes to that specific Chick-fil-A, because of the way the entrance is set up, everybody tends to just merge into the drive-thru as opposed to driving around the building. This happens whether there is a line or whether there isn't a line. So you can get mad at me all that you want, but perhaps consider complaining to the operator or something, because it leaves it wide open for you to just slide into it. It all depends on which direction you're coming from. Am I the asshole? Yes. Am I wrong? Technically, yes. Again, if I see an opportunity and it's harmless, I'm gonna take it. It literally took me 30 seconds to get out. 30 seconds. And you were still there by the time I drove around the building to the exit. What is your problem? Sometimes the unconventional move is the efficient move, is what I'm trying to say here. But again, I know that I'm wrong, guys. I don't want you to misunderstand that I'm trying to just justify what I did and focus on that. It's, y'all were not moving. I had the opportunity. Everybody is going to be served and everybody has to get out of here, no matter what. So if I can make my exit super fast, I'm going to. And at the end of the day, like I said, I wish you could have seen it. I was in and out. All I had to do was get in the lane so that they could see me, that I'm part of the drive-thru, and know where to take the food to, because they're not gonna come out to like the parking lot. That's it. That's literally it. And technically, if we think about this critically and we apply the laws of transit into the drive-thru, when I pulled into that lane, the lane has a dotted line. A dotted line is the universal symbol that a pass is permissible. So if they really want to send the message that you're not supposed to cut through and not go around the building, they ought to make those lines solid. Because if that side of the drive-thru is empty, it sends the message to anyone pulling in that it's open for you to merge into it. Even though I'm trying to find ways in which that's my fault, 100% my fault, which, you know, the act of other cars are there before me, then I should wait. Okay, that's fine. The only difference between me picking up in person and me picking up in the drive-thru is that I cannot scoot around people in a car as well as I can in person. So if I would have been inside the building and I'm picking up a mobile order because there happens to be a more comfortable designated mobile pickup spot, are you still going to be mad at me because technically I'm skipping the line? The only difference is I know that my order is ready when I pull up to the drive-thru. I just cannot safely maneuver through all of you clowns in your car. That's all that happened here. To conclude, if what I did was truly so heinous and atrocious, why didn't the worker who saw me doing that say anything? They could have tried to encourage me to leave the drive-thru and go all the way to the back and wait adequately, or at least mention it to me and make me aware, but they didn't try. Now, if they're scared that I'm going to turn into a Karen on them, that's one thing. If they got shy about it, that's another thing. Or maybe they didn't say anything because at the end of the day, it's no big fucking deal. It really isn't. Also, if by the time I pull into the parking lot, I have already placed my order, technically, I have already skipped the line. You clowns are just there waiting to place your order. That is your problem. There is a way faster way to do this. Again, I understand that my line placement in the drive-thru is technically wrong. But consider that I didn't just get in there and be like, can I get a, what do you sell here? Can I order a chicken sandwich this early? No. Well, can I have the chicken sandwich breast inside the chicken biscuits? No. It was, I pulled up in there, he came over, I said, I have a mobile for Zam. He said, are you changing anything? I said, no. He said, thank you. Have a good one. And I said, thank you. And he said, my pleasure. Boom. That was like a 7-second exchange. Now, if it were me working that job, I've done it at my job. I let people know where a line begins if a line looks scattered, especially when you're using something that's self-serve. So I would say, hey, just a heads up, we all line up on this side. And our arrows at my place are not very visible, in my opinion. And that's something that I have brought up to management a few times. like I said, you could have said something too as a worker, but see what I mean? So this is why I'm sharing my story, because did I know I was being the asshole? Yes. And besides, in the past, I like how I handle people cutting in front of me. I don't give a fuck. I don't say anything. But me being the asshole just once in my life, I don't think that's gonna kill anybody. And as far as I'm aware, no one died from me doing that.